All right, just 11 days ago, after the PDP held its elective convention at the Eagle Square in Abuja, fresh crisis now looms in the party. Efforts by the party's reconciliation committee to appease aggrieved party members have proved abortive, as one of the aspirants for the chairmanship post, Tawheed Adedoja, has filed a suit at an Abuja Federal High Court challenging the emergence of Uche Secondus as the national chairman of the party.
Oh yeah, he asked the court to issue an order restraining INEC from recognizing Secondus as the national chairman of the PDP on the grounds that he was unlawfully excluded from the list of contestants for the chairmanship position in the election where Secondus was declared winner. Now, he said he held that his exclusion was a flagrant violation of the Electoral Act, the Constitution of the PDP, the guidelines for the conduct of the National Convention, and the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
But Adedoja is not the only one challenging Secondus' emergence. An aggrieved aspirant who contested for the office of the National Organizing Secretary, Godwin Duru, gave the PDP Board of Trustees a 7-day ultimatum to convene a meeting of the National Executive Committee, failing which he would release the real results of the convention. Wow. Okay. Does somebody else have the real results? So what have we been running with this last 9 days or so since the convention happened? Well, we have in the studio a PDP chieftain, Dadaji. Good morning and thanks for joining us. Compliments of the season to you.
Compliments.
Same to you.
Okay, now, here we are again. The PDP doesn't, you know, like they say, the center cannot hold. Things seem to be falling apart. Or is this alarmist too? Will this be extreme to describe the situation now with Adedoja saying he was not included in the list of those to contest for that chairmanship position, and another party member going to court? Shouldn't this be something that the PDP can resolve without going to court?
Well, thank you very much. Let us put it like this. Like I always say, politics and the political environment in Nigeria is changing. And apart from that, you have the people, the politicians. I am one of the politicians, but I'm a businessman, I'm an entrepreneur, I have a fixed address. So politics is not my game, but it is because we want to make a difference. A lot of politicians are in politics for their pockets. Sorry to say. But I give no apologies to that. Because how would a member that knows that he cannot win an election for national chairman be taking the People's Democratic Party to court? I don't expect any judge to even address his grievance. Because even if you gave him his whole state, I know Adedoja very well. I know the kind of person he is. He's a gentleman. He's a good man. But definitely somebody is probably pushing him in the wrong direction. Now, let me tell you what happens.
Yeah.
What happens is this. In any election, whether governorship, presidential, or national chairman, or whatever, what usually happens within the political parties is that the aggrieved are usually settled with one thing or the other. Now, what I see is Adedoja looking for recognition. But the thing is that the recognition has gone probably to the first 3 or 4 runners of the election. You know, if you've lost an election and you came runner-up or something, they might say, okay, they'll take care of your expenses, they'll take care of your travel, you know. With Adedoja, I don't think he probably went to 3 states.
Should that settlement, let me take you up on that very quickly. Yeah. Should that settlement be happening in the first place? Isn't that the root?
Of course.
Isn't that the root of corruption? I mean, you would imagine that anyone who is going for an elective position would count the cost from the get-go.
Of course.
And he's ready to fail or win.
Of course.
If he fails, he takes it and moves on.
Of course. But that is in a situation. Let me give an example. You know, when we make statements in Nigeria, you understand, we usually hit ourselves, hit ourselves on the foot. Let me give you an example with what you've just said right now. Look at Obama. Look at Hillary Clinton. Obama footed Hillary Clinton's bills when he emerged as president. When he emerged as the presidential candidate in the Democratic Party. Again, the settlement was that she will be made the Secretary of State, which he did. That was the runner-up. So this is normal. Now, you cannot settle everybody. You understand? Dixon has gone, he has seen Chief Body George, first contender. He has seen Benga Daniel. These are people that spent millions of money taking aircrafts, taking people, visiting. They were promoting the party. You get compensated for promoting the party. That is what Obani Koro became a minister. Why? Jimmy Agbaje became the governorship aspirant. He became a minister because he promoted the party. That is what you get compensated for. If you do not promote the party, you are talking about Ladoja today. Not Adedoja today. Do you understand? How many times have you had Adedoja come like I'm coming right now to talk about PDP or support PDP? It's because the courts are open. The judges are the ones that are the last bastion to keep democracy in check and to keep everything going.
All right. At the convention, the records show that Adedoja did not score even one vote.
Because he wasn't even a delegate. I brought the delegate list to you the other day. This man did not even emerge as a delegate, so he couldn't even vote for himself.
All right, but he said his name was changed. Certainly, Adedoja and Oladoja are not the same names. But could that be instrumental to his not being represented at all?
Let me explain something. I'm not a lawyer, but the SAN just left right now. We could have asked him. But let me tell you, you see, when you look at politics, you look at electioneering, you find out if you had, you understand, if you were shortchanged to the point whereby your winning was threatened. Do you understand? Your winning is just like a Chief Body Judge. Let us say Chief Body Judge's name was on the ballot paper then, and it was reading Oyebode, George Taylor, or something like that. Now, this is a candidate that could be the national chairman. There's 80–90% he could have been the national chairman.
But in the spirit of fairness, the moment you are an aspirant or you are a contestant, all of you are equal before the vote until the people decide.
Definitely.
So on that basis, wouldn't Adedoja and George be the same?
Let me explain something.
Yes.
A mistake made. Ladoja. You see me right here now. Instead of saying Adedoja, I said Ladoja. Do you understand? So it is a honorable, it's a clean mistake. Okay, let me give you an example. Adedoja that is talking, was he screened or not? Yes, he was screened. Was he passed or not? Was he given the certificate? Yes, he was. So why would anybody want to change his name again? Do you understand?
But he said
it's an honest mistake that must have been made, but it wouldn't.
But that honest mistake has cost him something, hasn't it? Are you saying that mistake was not enough to cost to change the dynamics or the outcome of that election?
With all due respect to Chief Adedoja, I've known him. He's been in PDP for years. He's someone that I believe straight away that. Definitely, maybe he hadn't been given the recognition because he's a big name in our state. Do you understand? Maybe he hasn't been given the recognition that he's supposed to be given. I will urge the zonal chairman, the present zonal chairman of PDP in the Southwest, to go to his house, go and talk to him, and get the national to also see him and sit down with him. Adedoja is not a troublesome person. Adedoja is not a person that can be bought by anybody. But in politics, one thing is this. If you are not recognized okay? It hurts you more than they even giving you something. But the thing is that, except you are recognized, something will not come to you. And I think that is what is playing.
Yeah, but how about the reconciliatory committee that was set up by the National Party to see how they can ensure that everybody is on board? Wouldn't they also
especially
be
all those
exactly all those aggrieved
members?
Because the point there is, one way or the other, he is an aggrieved person.
I can tell you straight away that Sarah Dixon is a man of the party. He's a passionate, very passionate about the party. And I'm sure he's probably watching this now because TVC shows in Bielsa. You understand? He will pick up a plane and go and see Adedoja. Sarah Dixon does not play down anybody, no matter how low you are. You can see this gentleman when he comes to Lagos. He talks to anybody that approaches him. Now, very likely, it's the zonal chairman of the party that that should have done his oversight function when Sarah Dixon was in the Southwest, to make Adedoja's house a stopping point for him.
After seeing Bode George.
You understand? After seeing Bode George and co. So I can say categorically, as a former zonal chairman, acting zonal chairman, that definitely the zonal chairman in the Southwest was the one that made this mistake.
All right, so
and
with
it
this,
will be addressed.
Okay.
It will be addressed.
Okay, hopefully
as
so.
a family
Now,
affair.
yeah.
Well, you know,
You don't know what family affair means.
We are family.
Okay.
We are family. Yeah.
All right, so now these litigations, and there have been reports of desertions only recently. Some PDP members defecting to other parties, specifically the APC.
Okay.
Will this hurt the chances of the PDP? What exactly is the PDP doing? Yes, Secondus has emerged, but people are saying, especially those who are really interested in the fortunes of the PDP, that the presidential election will determine where exactly the PDP will be going. Not the election itself, really.
You see,
who emerges? No, my point is the person who emerges, the presidential candidate of the PDP, will be the real test.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something, and you take it down today. Okay? PDP has the capacity, the wherewithal, the energy to bulldoze this government. That I can assure you. Now, let me give you this so you can take this away. You understand? At the end of the day, APC style has always been to bring in people into PDP to destabilize. Why shouldn't we do the same thing? I'm letting them know. I'm putting them on notice. We are pushing our people into APC, and we will destroy APC.
You've already made your secret weapon known.
I'm letting them know.
All right,
I am letting them know. All the people we are sending there, take them in, and you see what's going to happen. You did it to us, we'll do it to you.
It's a strategy.
It's not a strategy. It's an open war.
Wow.
It's an open war, and I'm putting them on notice.
The moment you use the word war, people are going to read it differently, because someone would say
it's political war. Listen, politics war is politics of wits. It's politics of wits. Once you become the hunter, right? You now turn to become the hunted. Do you understand? And that is what is happening. Let me give you another example of this crossing over and things. When an article comes with an institution. El Rufai was Atiku. Bukola Saraki was Atiku. Fayoshe was Atiku. Tambuwa was Atiku. Dogara was Atiku. Do you understand? There are a lot of Atiku structures all over the entire nation. PDM is Atiku. Bola Tinubu was in PDM. You understand? So when you're talking about politics, you're talking about people moving. Isaka, something is moving. The grass. Can you count how many grasses are there? Can you count? When you see grassroots, can you count how many there are? You have close to 100 120 or 170 million people in Nigeria. Only 12 million voted for Jonathan. Only how many? 40 million plus or 50, close to 15 voted for Buhari. Where did Buhari get those votes from? He got it from the Boko Haram places. Would you go and vote for a non-Muslim, a non-northerner in a Boko Haram-stricken enclave? Jonathan made a mistake. He is the one that allowed the election to go.
Well, everyone who, from the records that was endorsed by INEC, everyone who voted was a Nigerian, whether you are in Lagos.
That's not correct. That's not correct.
Okay.
You better get your facts right. But that a lot of Niger Republic people.
That would be an indictment on INEC. That would be an indictment.
No,
on INEC.
INEC was the one that exposed that.
Okay.
They stormed some places and got the Niger Republic citizens, and they had voters' cards.
Yeah, but were they allowed to vote?
I don't know.
Very good. That's what I'm saying.
That's the point.
So which means that we assume, or we
but
are,
definitely
we
they didn't get all of them.
Okay, but until it is proven.
All right, let's come to PDP's arsenal. The cash and carry politics is something that has been criticized or condemned across board, whether it's, I mean, PDP or any other party for that matter.
Yeah.
Is cash still going to play a major role in Nigeria's politics or democratic culture going forward? And what will that signify?
I don't know why you're asking me this very obvious question. When you impoverish a country, the country was moving. We had the leaders of the economy in Africa. We surpassed South Africa. People had money. You see, let me tell you something about governance. And which brings us even also to the Lagos State scenario. When you don't save money for your citizens, and your citizens have money in their pocket, they must have money in the pocket. You either
I'm not talking about money in the pockets of citizens. I'm talking about inducing voters to vote in a certain way.
Okay, let me give you an example.
Money.
Let me give you an example.
Yes. When
you impoverish a nation and then you throw money out for votes, it works. Look at Ondo State. What do you mean tekakosobe? It means take 3,000 or 5,000 naira. How did Akeredolu win? APC has always been a cash cow for politicians, including Lagos. And it must be stopped, and we will stop it. God does not like it. Everybody does not like it. PDP, yes, they had to follow the bandwagon somehow. You understand? And it became the order of the day because you bring in money, you strangulate people in Lagos, you take their money and use it to go and fight in the national. Where do you do that?
All right, so going into 2018 is certainly going to be a very, very politically charged year towards 2019.
Definitely.
Now, are we going to see lots of defections? Because there was one recently, the defection from the member of the House of Assembly from Imo State, who was PDP, just defected to the APC, and there was a lot of agitation in the House. Are we going to see a lot of those defections?
Like I've told you, we are sending people down to APC, whether APC likes it or not. You understand? Let them continue taking them. You understand? We're happy. You understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
But let me tell you something again. Crossing over is not unusual. It is just something in Nigeria today, you have a government that intimidates. So you have a lot of people also on one end that have a lot of things to hide. And because they have a lot of things they hide, they need safe haven. Do you blame them? Do you blame them?
So what you're saying
when you
is that
harass my child, you harass my wife, you arrest her, you come and harass my this thing because they gave me political money to spend. So who doesn't collect political money?
Will you join another family because your family is being harassed by that same family that you seek to join?
My sister, if you are a wife to a politician that is being harassed and you are harassed, won't you put pressure on your husband that he should go to the APC? if that will stop the harassment.
All right. Now, let's come to the issue of the real issue 2019, like Mike just mentioned. Now, can the PDP or does the PDP really have an answer for Buhari in 2019? Not forgetting that Buhari still has a perception issue that's still very much in his favor.
What's that perception? Please tell me. You've made
Still
a statement
popular.
on national
He's still
TV.
popular.
He's
He's still popular to Nigerians.
In your house, is Buhari popular?
Nigerians still believe that he's
In your house, is Buhari popular?
no zero tolerance for
Your
corruption.
children will even come up and tell you, Mommy, if you say Buhari in my house, I will not say Mommy the next day.
Okay,
right.
the question is, does the PDP have an answer for Nigeria
for 17
in 2019?
years, for 17 years, PDP has been running this economy. 17 years. In APC today, you have APC, those that are running things, quote unquote. Do you understand? In APC today are also party from PDP, but they're not even given the chance to do what they're supposed to do. Now, let me put it like this. With the experience and the bitter experience, you see, one thing about Nigerians that they must understand is this. A party that will go into an election, a free and fair election, lose the election, agree that Nigerians will be done, is the party to be with. I will not leave and go to APC. I've been offered different things, do you understand? But I will not leave because at the end of the day, there are fundamental ideologies that created the PDP. You understand? Which does not exist in all the other parties.
Okay.
You understand? But let me give you the answer to this. With the experience PDP has, with the capacity PDP has, with the national coverage PDP has, and the international recognition and appreciation that PDP has, PDP will give APC the fight of their life in 2019.
All right. Dadaji, PDP chieftain, thank you so much. We all leave it. The ultimate deciders are the people with their ballot PVCs on common election day. Thank you so much for coming.
One thing,
so
please.
much.
Well, all those that have the PVCs know what they had in their pockets when PDP was there, and they know what is in their pockets today.
All right.
Thank you.
Let the people decide. Thank you so much.